Our next key is the B flat major key. And this is also a common key used in Chinese traditional Erhu music. So building the B flat major key, it's still using the same rule, which is that in major keys in their scale, the mi fa and the ti do are a semitone apart. Okay, so this is the third note, fourth note, seventh note, and the eighth note. Let's move this back to the C key position. Okay, so we have the D open string, the lowest string in the Erhu, and we have the A open string here in red. And let's find B flat, because B flat is your do, and we're going to be building the scale there. So here is the B, and we'll add a flat to it. Okay, so that's B flat, and that's your do. Do, re, mi, fa, and then D is the mi. So over here we have the low mi, which has a dot on the bottom, fa, so, la, and here's your T. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to mark off where your mi, fa, and ti do semitones are. So here, these two are supposed to be a semitone apart. So let's just mark that here, just as a reminder. So mi, fa, here's another mi, fa. And then we also have ti do here. So this is also supposed to be a semitone. So let's look at the fingering chart. The fingering chart, this is the fingering chart for C key. So D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, and E. So this is the fingering position for C key. And notice that E to F is a semitone and B to C is a semitone. So now we're starting at B flat. So what do we have to do? We have to move this finger up to almost next to the qianzhen. So A to B flat. Okay, so this is a B flat. And there's your B flat, that's your do. So do to re has to be a semitone. And then this, it has to be a whole tone. And so this is now a whole tone. So B flat to C is a whole tone. Re to mi is also a whole tone. So re is C. Okay, so C to D is a whole tone. So we don't need to do anything. And now D to E or mi to fa has to be a whole semitone. Okay, mi, fa, it has to be a semitone. So when we look here, D to E is not a semitone. So we have to move the fourth finger up so that it is next to the third finger. So now this is a semitone. So what did we do? We played the D, and then we move the finger up, which means that the pitch goes lower, and it becomes an E flat. So this is D to E flat, mi, fa, and there's your semitone. So going back up to the open string, the D open string, it's also a mi, fa. D to E is a mi, fa. So again, you noticed up here we moved the E closer to the D, so that made the semitone. So now we have to move this E closer to the D. So this D to E flat, again, is a semitone. So that's what we did here. So that's D to E flat. Now, fa, so is a whole tone. Fa to so, and there it is. There's the whole tone, E to F. F to G, or so to la, is also a whole tone. So F to G, yep, that is a whole tone, so we don't need to do anything. And then la to T, or G to A, is also a whole tone. And here you go, G to A, that's also a whole tone. So again, we don't need to do anything. And then finally, T to do, it has to be a semitone. So let's see, A to B flat, because B flat was your do. So A to B flat is already a semitone. So A to B flat fulfills this. So looking at the fingering positions, okay, what did we do? What is the difference between this key and the C key? We had, for the first finger, we had moved, for both strings, it has to be moved up close to the Qianjin to get your E flat and also the B flat. And then your fourth finger, so first, second, third, fourth finger, it also had to be moved up so that it's right next to the D. Okay, and in the staff notation, the notes letter names have not changed at all. The only thing is we have to add the flats there. So if you can see here, we have a B flat and we have an E flat. So we add the B flat here and the E flat. So when you see music that has two flats in the key signature, it's called a B flat major scale for the Erhu. And so you just have to remember where your E flat and the B flat is on your Erhu. And this is the B flat major scale.